we'll get started. Welcome to the service team. I'm Chris, and this is Rebecca. We're the co-chairs, and we're representing your team today. All of our learning objectives are pretty much the same as everybody else, so we're not going to go through them all. So we are the service team, and our purpose is to develop the organization's workforce, systems, and culture to achieve a great patient experience. So we dock up to our service pillar. We were the Get It team before, but we've changed that. We're kind of aligning with our pillars, and so we are now the service team. And these are the things that we look at as a team. So we have some watches and we have some drivers. Everybody know the difference between our watches and our drivers?
No.
Yes, no? Okay, so our watches are things that we're just kind of keeping an eye on. So we just want to make sure that we keep our eyes on them, that we don't deviate too far from what our goals are for them. So we do have goals that we set for them, but we're just kind of keeping an eye on them. We're not really doing a lot of effort in order to increase that. So some examples of our watches are our HCAPs, which is for our inpatient over at the hospital. Some of our watches are our assisted living, overall tenant rating. So basically we're doing pretty well on those things right now. We're just going to keep an eye on them. Our drivers are more of the areas that we are focusing on and we're putting our efforts into. So we have our emergency department, overall patient satisfaction is one of the ones we're working on, as well as our medical practice, overall patient satisfaction. So for our ED, we have been working on that probably for the last couple of years. And the reason we're working on that is because we look at our Press Ganey numbers and they tell us this is where you should be focusing your efforts in order to get like the biggest bang for your buck. And then the other reason is that is where we see most of our patients through emergency and urgent care. We have about 12,000 patients that come through that area. And so we want to make sure that they have an exceptional experience because if they do, they're going to come back to us. The other reason is that when a patient is admitted through our emergency department and into our inpatient unit, they do not have a great experience in emergency that carries through their whole visit. And we will see that in their patient satisfaction scores. So that's the other reason why we really focus on our emergency department. And then we are just getting started on our medical practice. So we're starting to collect data on that, and we're starting to figure out what we need to do in order to help our medical practice be successful and get the scores that we are desiring. Did that clear it up?
What's medical practice?
So that's the clinic.
That's the specialty services in family medicine.
Yep. So we're kind of in the infancy with that. So has everybody seen this at least once? Our positive communication standards. So this is what we kind of focus on. Our team does anyway. So the one question that we wanted to kind of put out there is like, who are your customers? So we know that our patients are our customers, but not everybody directly touches the patient. So kind of thinking about who our customers are, and a lot of us probably have internal customers. So dietary, for instance, they have the patients, but they also have the tenants, the residents, the staff, and sometimes it's outsiders when pre-COVID. So they have quite a few customers. So just kind of thinking about that, ED, we have patients who are brought in by the police to be seen. So the police probably are in some way our customers as well. And so just thinking how we should be treating our customers, internal as well as external, using our positive communication standards with one another, along with our STAR standards, just to create a culture to provide the best patient experience that we can. So what are some of our activities? So the positive communication standards, we teach those to our new hires. So when our new hires come in, we have one of our members will teach that to them. We refresh. We just did a refresh on SBAR a couple months ago. And then the other thing we have is the Daisy Award. So we have combined our nursing team, and so we have Trina as one of our members that we stole from that team, from the Nightingale team. And we just basically felt like we need to disperse our nurses to all the teams and get them involved that way, as opposed to having one team. And we do the presentation of our Daisy Award. So a nurse is nominated by either a coworker, a patient, and once they have that honoree, that award, what happens is we blindly take all the people that were honored with that, and we sit down and we look at it and decide who should get the award for that session. It happens every 6 months, so it's kind of cool. So, you know, everybody's invited to come and share in the joy of that. We have a secret shopper, and that's through the Rural Wisconsin Health Cooperative. And we basically have the ability to go shop a hospital, and someone comes and shops us. So they call us, they come and walk through our halls to make sure that we are living and breathing our positive communication standards. We have a spring cleaning day as well. The spring cleaning day is for everybody, and it's just to remind everyone that it's just not EVS's responsibility to keep our facility clean. It's everybody's responsibility to do so. And then we, again, as I alluded to before, we line up to our service team pillar group and we help them out. We assist them in any way in order to implement and hardwire initiatives. We give them education, mostly regarding our positive communication standards that can help increase our scores there. So just some of the things that our team members say. It broadens the impact I can have on the care our patients receive. All departments have the ability to affect patient care, and that's Kurt through building ops. We are lucky to work for an organization that puts so much value on creating the best experience for our patients. That's from Anna in rehab. And it's fun to work with an interdisciplinary team towards the common goal of supporting a positive caring environment for our patients and our residents and tenants. So we do have a lot of interdisciplinary, we do have an interdisciplinary team that really has different focuses. We have pharmacy, and it's just kind of cool to have us all come together for the common goal of our patients. Any questions?
All right, now's the high stakes bingo time. So grab a dauber, you'll need that, and then I'm gonna pass out the bingo cards, so take one down and pass it to the next person, the pile to the next person. We do have little helps for you, so there's the communication standards on the tables to refer to, and then we have it up here on the screen also. I'm gonna read a phrase, and it's of a communication standard, and it's either gonna be the why, the how, or an example. We can work together as a team to figure out what it is and then mark it down on your bingo card if you have it. And then when you get a bingo, we have candy for those that get a bingo. Make sure to mark your free space when you get your card so that you get that one. All right. Here. Take those, thank you. All right, here is the first one. So the situation is I lost my car keys. The background is I know I had them when I drove to the store last night. The assessment is I looked in my purse and car and they are not there. And my recommendation is let's look in the house. Which positive communication standard is that?
An example of SBAR.
Very good. SBAR example.
You don't have it. I don't.
All right. Jennifer is a CNA working with me me to help care for you. She has worked here for over 5 years and loves helping others. She works hard to make your experience here the best it can be. What positive communication standard is that?
Managing up.
And example, managing up example. All right. Determine which words and or phrases might be heard around the office that are not appropriate and eliminate them. Which,
To choose, lose.
yep. And is that a how, why, or an example? How. Very good. Words to choose and lose, how. Situation, background, assessment, recommendation. Which, SBAR, how, why, or example? How. SBAR, how. Alright. Banning negative communication will help create a more positive employee and customer experience. Which positive communication standard is that?
Please, guys.
Choose those five.
Banning negative communication will help to create a more positive employee and customer experience. Which,
Banning weed.
Words
They-
to lose.
managing down, yep. And is that the why, how, or example?
The why.
The why. So managing down, banning we and they, why? Use smile in the hallway with every person you come into contact with. What positive communication standard is that?
Hi,
High in the hallway?
How?
How? High in the hallway, how?
Look at, I accidentally marked that one.
All right. Hi, Mr. Donut. My name is Cindy, and I will be your nurse today. I have been at this facility for 5 years, and I have the pleasure of caring for you today. Which positive communication standard? Ate it?
Example.
Example.
Bingo.
Woohoo.
Good job. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you.
Avoid negative communications about others. Which one is that? Managing down, banning we and they. Is it the how, why, or example?
How?
How. Managing down, banning we and they. How. Alright. To provide structured handoff communication in a succinct manner for continuity of care and patient safety. SBAR. Why? SBAR. Why? Telephone interactions are often the first impression of our customer service.
Why?
Why? Telephone etiquette. Why? All right. Thank you, Jane, for bringing that to my attention. I am so sorry that happened to you.
Service recovery example.
Yes, service recovery example.
Bingo.
To create a friendly and caring atmosphere. Which one is that?
Honors is smile. Smile.
High in the hallway?
Why?
Why? High in the hallway, why?
Bingo.
To communicate positive information about caregivers or services.
Managing up the.
Managing up why?
I feel like I'll take.
Next time we do this, we'll do Jeopardy instead of bingo. By answering the phone with your name and department in a cheery voice.
Telephone etiquette example.
Oh,
Telephone example, how?
What was it?
Good morning, Waters Edge Care Center. This is Barbara speaking. How may I help you?
Telephone
Example.
Bingo.
By using this standard, it decreases patient anxiety, increases compliance, and improves clinical outcomes. What communication? I think I heard it. 8 it Y. Oh, bingo. Thank you.
You got a juicy one.
I guess I do.
This one's the really juicy.
To build loyalty with our guests and their families, the first person who recognizes an issue attempts to solve the issue. Service recovery.
How?
No, why? Service recovery, why?
Bingo.
Bingo.
Got one here too.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Bingo.
We are short-staffed today.
Yeah.
No. No. Example is right. Words to choose and lose. Example. All right. To create trust and empathy in a relationship.
Managing up.
Listening.
Why?
Why? Listening. Why?
Oh, bingo.
Holy cow! I know. Sorry. What I heard you say is that you don't want to take your zippity doo dah pill because of the side effects. Can you tell me more about that?
Listening
Listening example.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Oh, yeah, I got one too.
I'll take that.
Oh, it's my collection.
4 A's. Anticipate, acknowledge, apologize, amend.
Service recovery.
Service recovery.
How.
How. Alright.
Bingo.
We're gonna do one more. S. Smile. Portray friendliness within at least 10 feet.
Smile.
What is that? High in the hallway.
Smile.
Example?
Example.